There's some questions they always ask everywhere. What are they? What are they trying to achieve in that first call?
Yeah.
What are the three questions you will definitely ask them? When was the last time you gave a real interview? All right, so can you introduce yourself?
Yes, so my name is Luis Gamo. I'm from Ghana, working here in Germany as a software engineer. Yeah, it's been almost 3 years now since I moved. I moved here last year in February, and yeah, been nice so far.
What are your technical skills?
So I'm a full stack engineer working in back end, front end, software deployment, CI/CD. So basically my tech stack, Java, Node.js for back end, and then for front end, Angular, a little bit of Node.js. A little bit of React, and yeah, the usual deployment pipeline things for DevOps.
When you look at the market, what's currently hot right now?
I would say it's a lot dependent on which sector you are in. But if we take the software engineering space, for instance, it's a lot back-end engineering. There is front-end as well, but the examples or the opportunities I've seen online come across, most of them cut across the back-end engineering space. So it's very much hot cake. With back-end, we are talking Java, we are talking Python. There isn't so much of the PHPs and the other, back-end languages, but Java is really hot cake, and especially with the Spring Boot framework here in Germany.
What's your total work experience?
So I've been working since 2018 as software engineer. So I would say hitting about 7-8 years of engineering experience.
You got a job directly from Ghana, and when you look back at your journey, what do you think really worked for you? What got you the job, basically, if you were to mention a couple of points?
So what got me the job? That is a very interesting question, interesting way to put it. The experience, obviously, and the determination to put in the good work. And also, very important, a very good LinkedIn profile, because that is what the recruiters see first of all. I mean, you could be the best engineer in the world, and with a very bad LinkedIn profile, no one sees you, no one sees what you can offer to the new employer. So it's a very good LinkedIn profile, and yeah, putting in the work, kind of documenting everything you've done with all your work experiences so that recruiters can see you out there, see this and that are the good things you can bring on board. And a very active LinkedIn profile as well. You should be involved in posting once a while, maybe not often if you are not into it, but obviously it should be a thing to be posting once a while. Lots about job, following tech companies that you find the interest in, tech topics, be involved in making sure that everything that you are putting out there has something to do with the topics that you are interested in the software engineering space. So yeah.
In 2025, a lot of job seekers are coming to Germany on this type of visa called as opportunity card. I'm sure you're aware of it. That definitely is going to bring a lot of competition. And in your understanding, you've lived here for a while in Germany now. What are some of the mistakes a newcomer or a new job seeker would end up making, which you would like to highlight?
So common mistakes, not studying the job market once you get here. So the opportunity card is obviously giving you a 1-year opportunity to basically get a job and fit in, because you cannot be a dependent on the social structure. You need to be involved in the active work. So one of the mistakes, obviously, not taking the market into consideration. You need to study the market, know what is active, know what is sought after, and then fight for that particular thing. There are also things like, the German language. I mean, this is like basic, and as much as a lot of people shy away from it, you somehow eventually need to communicate with the people around. It's not where you grew up. So it's a very good thing to take a little German classes, get to know some bit of it so that you find your way around. With this point, I learned something from someone, and it was that whenever you are trying to integrate, make yourself vulnerable, because somehow you want to solicit help from the society. And if you are making yourself vulnerable, then you would easily get someone to help you. And making yourself vulnerable is trying to speak a little German, no matter how bad it is. So the average German realizes you are making yourself vulnerable, and they are more open to making themselves vulnerable to you to help you with your integration. So that is also a very key thing to look at. Yeah.
when it comes to applying for jobs, do you think they keep applying for the same profile without changing their CV, cover letter, or basically having the bad marketing for themselves?
Yeah, that is definitely true. People make the mistake of, using the same CV, the same cover letter for every single company they come across. No, that will not work because every company have different missions and vision. You need to look out for the company you are applying to, check out the descriptions of the job profile, find the very important, because the company basically puts out there what they want. So if you take a second and a third look at these requirements, then you will better design or tweak your CV or your cover letter to fit these requirements that the companies need. So never send the same CV, the same cover letter to every single company out there. You are just going to be lost in the trash.
Imagine if you were hiring somebody now. I know you're a full stack developer yourself, but if you were to hire somebody now, non-technical, what are the 3 questions you will definitely ask them in the interview?
Yeah, the most important for me. Very important to find out how the person gels with the team. Because if the person is not gelling with the team, then it's very possible that things are going to go south. So non-technical questions are going to be in the direction of teamwork, your personal output, how do you grade yourself? Because if you're not confident in your skills, then no one else will be confident in your skills. So you need to also be very confident in your skills. And being confident in your skills means knowing your stuff. So these are very, I would say, non-technical things that I would like to find out from anyone I will hire for any engineering position at all.
When was the last time you gave a real interview?
So this was in September.
2024.
Yes, 2024.
Not long ago.
Not long ago.
Any questions from the interview you remember that challenged you?
I don't think any question challenges me now.
Okay.
Not blowing my own horns, but it's very second nature when you know your stuff. You know yourself first and foremost. Know yourself, know the interview you are going into, because you see, you don't just apply to any job out there at all. You apply to jobs you are interested in. And if you are interested in the job, then you know yourself, you know what you can bring to the table, you know what is in there for you, and you know what the company has to offer you on your career path. So a very challenging question. I'm yet to come across one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. When people apply here in Germany, the first call usually people get is from HR, always. What kind of questions do they ask? I'm sure you must have also received some. What do they ask? What are they trying to achieve in that first call?
Yeah. In the very first call of any job interview, the HR is trying to figure out if you are the right person for the company. Right person in the sense that, do you fit the company value? Do you see yourself in the company's big picture? Do you see yourself working for the company long term? Because let's face it, no company wants to work with people who are just trying to get their way short term throughout the system. I mean, it can be at the back of your mind, but the HR wants to know that you mean business and you want to be with them long term. And you, again, fit the company values. You are interested in the interests of the company and also in the clients of the company and also in the projects that the company wishes to embark on.
Can you give some examples of questions they might ask you to begin the conversation? Because I know one thing leads to the other eventually, but there's some questions they always ask everywhere. What are they?
So the very first question, I'm sure most of us know this, tell us about yourself. Tell us about yourself it sounds very fundamental, but in itself, it's very deep. Tell us yourself is not tell us how old you are, tell us what you ate for dinner yesterday, tell us about your girlfriend, no, or your boyfriend or whatever. Tell us about yourself professionally and how you fit into this company. So that tell us question is very tricky. It sounds like you can get away with it, but no, you cannot. You should really prepare for that, and it is always the HR trying to find out whether you are the right fit and for the right job, and all these packaged into one big question. Tell us about yourself. Yeah.